This is part A of the Kudilar television channel, broadcasting under the banner of Baby Angel Geronimo Manifesto editions. This is timed at 1000 hours GMT, London, UK, with the quotation marks, Sunday the 19th of May 2024. Baby Angel Geronimo is the alpaca that we call Baby Angel Geronimo. His only name was Geronimo, and he was born, I think, around 10 years ago in New Zealand and raised lovingly by a woman called Leonie Walker. Baby Angel Geronimo is the template, is the banner career that we have chosen based on the evidence that he is the target of vilification, the lies, lying, cruelties by the United Kingdom's department, which is supposed to be protecting animals and the environment, which launched a vicious campaign of lying, inventions, falsification, misinformation against the Baby Angel Geronimo. We have physically never met Baby Angel Geronimo, we have only seen his pictures. But the character of Baby Angel Geronimo, we have founded on the evidence and we have modeled accurately, hopefully, this character on the two angels described in the Holy Quran in the Surah Al-Isra. The two angels are the ones that record everything that a human being does. On the right shoulder, the angel sitting records the good deeds of the individual concerned. And on the left shoulder is the bad deeds. And the evidence, the record of these angels' records will be presented before God on the day of judgment. So the Baby Angel Geronimo has been at once, that is at the same time, he is the target of the lies, criminal inventions, misinformation, conspiracy, falsehood, and untruths contrived and confected by the criminals, making the decisions individually as well as collectively in the department we call depraved DEFRA, DEFRA. And the depraved DEFRA decision makers have been, if you like, fronted by the criminal called Christine. Her second name is Middle Miss. We call her Evil Miss, and evilness. And it's Christian evilness who over the last 5, 6 years, 7 years, whatever, who from the beginning, I would say, of Baby Angel Geronimo's residence as part of the family of a woman called Helen MacDonald in South Gloucestershire, in southwest England. The DEFRA department launched a campaign of harassment and lies against Baby Angel Geronimo, inventing the lies, including the lie that Baby Angel Geronimo was infected with bovine tuberculosis, which he never was, which he never has been, which he never can be. And as Helen MacDonald standing up for him, admitted in a rare kind of comment published in 2021, the pressure that the depraved Defra put on her made her feel like she was being tortured. Combined with all of the evidence, and the evidence on the other side, that is the British Parliament, the British media, the British judiciary, British executive, the government, we decided to establish the baby angel Geronimo concept in honor of baby angel Geronimo, in recognition of baby angel Geronimo, and with fullest possible love for the baby angel Geronimo. We consider baby angel Geronimo as a baby angel very much like a baby kitten. And the betrayal by all the institutions and individuals, the betrayals of baby angel Geronimo, we hope will outlast all the criminals that have been responsible for harassing and targeting and for vilifying and defaming, demonizing him and Helen MacDonald. And we hope and believe that on the day of judgment, in the hereafter, all the evidence of baby angel Geronimo being targeted by the criminals will be presented, and all the criminals making the decisions will be held to account on the day of judgment. You can see on the screen, when you look at the screen, you can see on the image on the top right of the screen is a still picture of baby angel Geronimo. The picture was taken in his home in South Gloucestershire. It's an enclosure, the existence of which and the kind of service of which were denied by the DEFRA criminals and by the evilness congenital liar Boris Johnson, who was incumbent as the post holder in the post of Prime Minister in the name of the United Kingdom, and others that we have listed in the past, including the criminal Keir Starmer, the political murderer of the Labour Party. So we shall be continuing factually updating on all the contributory elements and intellectual concepts and evidence as various inquiries into various criminal behavior done by the various departments. The most notorious one currently, featuring as the most notorious one, is of course the post office scandal. The UK post office wrongly and falsely harassed and manufactured lies against the many hard-working sub-post mistresses and sub-post masters over a period of 20 years. And around 1,000 of those had been wrongly prosecuted as being fraudsters. So many parallels, so many similarities exist between the way the evilness, DEFRA, targeted baby angel Geronimo and demonized him, accused him of being ill when he has been in the best possible biological and social health. The power that has been abused by each of the evil decision makers, we cannot We cannot undo the power. We cannot undo the abuse. The most we can do is pray and solidarize with baby angel Geronimo. And we love him, and we shall forever love him, and we shall say that as human beings, we are not remotely in any way comparable to So this is the introduction or introductory edition of the Kutilar television channel being broadcast under the banner of the Baby Angel Geronimo Manifesto editions on Sunday the 19th of May 2024. We shall be in the next editions updating on the Baby Angel Geronimo and the evidence that has been coming in the proceedings in the inquiry into the post office scandal, and also contextually updating on similar evidence that has been found in the inquiry on the Grenfell Tower massacres. And historically, we shall be updating on the various inquiries into the government behavior, the governing executive behavior of the London Metropolitan Police in the police corruption, racism shown towards the victim of the racist murder in April 1993, Stephen Lawrence, in Eltham in South London, and the police's failure to take action against the racists that still remain not held to account nearly 30 years since Stephen Lawrence, the teenager, was murdered by racists. Also, the evidence being presented to all the inquiries, including in the 1960s, the inquiry called the John Profumo scandal. John Profumo, who was the war minister in the cabinet of the Conservative government in the United Kingdom, fronted by Harold Macmillan. And John Profumo had sex with Christine Keeler. That's all he had. He had sex with her. She was not a spy, and she was not a traitor. He was the traitor. But Christine Keeler was wrongly accused of all sorts of things by the establishment. And the evidence was taken by the chair of the inquiry, head of the inquiry, called Tom Dunning, also known as Lord Dunning, who went on later to become the main judge in the High Court. He was the master of the rolls. When he retired in 1980 or thereabouts, I met him briefly for a few seconds at a book launch that he had in Chancery Lane, in the Chancery Lane bookstall between Fleet Street and Chancery Lane. And I noted, and I have noted this many times since, the very sharp memory of the man. Despite all of this, Tom Dunning actually betrayed the cause of justice and fairness and truthfulness. And Dunning covered up the evidence and went along with the blaming of Dr. Watson. Was it Watson? Christine Keeler's friend, who was put under such severe pressure that he committed suicide. I'll check on the name Watson, if it is Watson or slightly similar name, and I'll update accordingly if it is not Watson but something else. Christine Keeler's son recently, she's passed away now, but her son has recently reiterated his determination to get all the evidence that have so far been withheld or not published or not acknowledged, and to find the evidence to show that his mom was innocent. So the evidence given to Tom Dunning about the Profumo affair was distorted by the fronter of the inquiry. The same thing applies to all the inquiries, official inquiries. The Scarman inquiry did less distorting Then other inquiries, the Scarman inquiry into the Bristol, so-called Bristol riots, as they say, where the black, mainly of African Caribbean origin, black young people staged a remarkable set of activities that were caused by the racism shown towards them by the police. This followed the shorter lived Bristol in southwest London riots in 1981, the same year, and was followed by several events in main cities in England: Liverpool, the Toxteth area, Leeds, Manchester, Birmingham, and of course London. One significant exception being Tower Hamlets, where there are many people of black origin, if you like, broadly speaking, black meaning African and Asian background. And the mental slaves, representing the Bangladeshi ethnic demography, boasted that they didn't stage any revolt against the racist police in Tower Hamlets. Note that. But Scarman made a number of recommendations, most of which have been ignored by the London Metropolitan Police. And the latest one about the London Metropolitan Police and racism in the behavior of the London Metropolitan Police has been attributed to a woman called Louise Casey. Now, Casey is now being lined up as a most powerful post holder if there is a Labour Party victory at the general election, followed by the formation of a government fronted by the Labour Party. Now, Louise Casey does recognize the perpetration and perpetuation of racism in the London Metropolitan Police, but she doesn't. She doesn't actually come anywhere near the empirical witness and evidence and the opinions of black people like Stephen Lawrence's parents. Although they're separated as a couple, they remain equally devoted to their son's memory. So we shall be talking also about Shamima Begum and the behavior of the judiciary, repeatedly vilifying her on behalf of the UK government's state department, the Department for the Interior, also known as the Home Office. And the mental slave Sajid Stupid Javid, who took away Shamima Begum's British by birth nationality, has not been condemned for his mental slavery, his role as the Uncle Tom, etc., etc. So all of these inquiries aggravated the evidence of the inquiries, the scene in the inquiries were seen as aggravating factors in the misconduct, in the wrongdoing of these state agencies, departments, and the police. We shall be talking about all of these in later editions, either later today or in the course of the time to come. This is ending this bulletin, which may have been interrupted because of the IT issues that continue to disrupt our broadcasts, just under 25 minutes at 08:54 GMT on Sunday, the 19th of May 2024.